is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for October 28th, 2022. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Friday nights, wherever you may be. Guys, SmackDown ended about an hour ago. I know we usually do this after Rampage, and it's basically after Rampage at this point, but we're doing just a Friday Night SmackDown review for tonight. Everything that happened on this show tonight was I'm gonna be honest. I think the show was good, right? I thought the show was pretty good tonight, but after the Bloodline segment, which was absolutely incredible, and before the whole Bray Wyatt, and revealing his inner demons and everything like that, I don't know. I felt like the middle of the show was kind of just there. I really didn't feel like it was all too like I, it was important enough, but was it really like something that if you missed a show tonight, you would really care to rewatch again? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, Emma returned to absolutely no reaction, which, of course, when things get leaked like that, it gets out there, and people just obviously don't care. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this show tonight. I thought it was a good show overall, but I don't know. Just the middle of it might have been just there to me.
Uh, the show was alright. The show went downhill after the Ronda Rousey match.
That's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
yeah, I about to say with the hit roll match, I was happy because Legado, those my guys Santos.
I love Legado.
Um, I didn't expect Shinsuke to be their partner. Um, like the crazy thing is that before my life was suspended, thanks a lot TikTok. Um, before my life was suspended, I actually said like, man, I haven't seen my guy Shinsuke on SmackDown in a while, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden he just pops up with freaking hit row, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm screaming my head off, and I'm like, yo, I said I didn't expect that to happen. All right, so
um.
yeah,
Speaking of Shinsuke, am I oblivious, or has he had his old theme back for like a while now? I felt like he got his old theme back just tonight, but I could be oblivious.
nah, he had his old thing back for a minute.
He's had that for a
Yeah,
while. All right, I guess I'm just oblivious and just haven't,
He had it
it's
back
been a
when
while
he
since
was
we've
with
seen
the
Shinsuke.
groups.
So
yeah, it's just that they cut off like the whole like long intro into his theme song,
right,
and they
okay,
just
like
like
the long
yeah,
violin intro, it just didn't
yeah, they
thing.
cut
Okay,
that off. Yeah.
okay. But yeah, I'm like, I'm like, we haven't seen Shinsuke in a while, so I was like, oh shoot, he got his old music back. He didn't. He obviously had it, but oh well. Zay, how'd you feel about the show overall? I mean, I thought it was pretty damn good for what it was. It's just the middle of the show. I don't know. It just felt there.
Um, I felt like the show was meh. The best way to put it.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of the segments felt flat for me. I have no basic idea of why Shinsuke was teaming up with Hit Row. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But it was an okay match. The wrestling quality was there for
Yeah.
most of the matches, but there was just nothing to actually sink your teeth into. Like, Emma's a great person to bring back in, but after that, I don't think she's someone you want to sign full time. I think maybe WWE should start bringing in people for like these open challenge matches. Just bring people in like Cody did with the TNT title. Those who stand out and really get that reaction, you sign them, and those other ones you let them keep doing what they're doing. They have their exposure from being on the show.
Right.
That's getting off the point though. It was a mad show. It was okay. Outside of the Bloodline stuff and a return. There was really nothing on this episode that like made me want to tune back in next week.
And Loff, how'd you feel about the show tonight overall?
Started off hot. Uzi segment was one of the most hilarious things I've seen in a very long time.
Incredible.
The middle point, I definitely checked out when I saw Emma walk out and the crowd did not give a damn. I didn't care either, but I mean, it was just like I already knew that Ronda was going to win, and I already hate seeing Ronda Rousey on my fucking plasma anyway. So that just irritated me in the first place. And she attempted to cut a promo, and she's absolutely terrible at everything wrestling related. So ever since that, it just destroyed my mood. Shinro was amazing. I was happy to see Shinsuke out there. I freaking lost it when I saw Shin pop up on NXT. So that was like that happening again. But it was good to see him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's right. Shin was on NXT a couple of weeks ago.
That made me really happy. So to see him again, that was really cool.
It's been I thought it's been a while, but we only saw him just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. But if not for that, I think the Bray Wyatt segment at the end was perfect. I think they're really, really slowly pulling back the layers of it, which I kind of understand because there's probably a lot of stuff that they're going to do with this, and there's no reason to just blow the top off of everything right now. So yeah, I mean, I think the high spot besides freaking Bray and the Bloodline segment at the beginning was Top Dollar doing that crazy move, that like old school type move. That got me standing up because I didn't expect him to do that.
I thought
that was crazy.
When he was doing that, I'm like, holy shit, is he about to do a freaking Hurricane Rana on this guy?
Yeah,
and then he basically just did not a last ride, an old school type of thing.
It looked really shit. Cool. He looked really comfortable up there. So I'm like, huh, he's not gonna fall. And then he did. And I was like, okay, cool. That like woke me back up. But yeah. Started off hot, ended off hot, middle points for a little bit. But
kind of felt like Monday Night Raw on Monday.
I won't say that. I won't say that because Raw was actively hurting me again. SmackDown, I was into it. And I forgot. And Liv showing up to fight Sonya again. That
was actually pretty interesting too. And the YS6 logo was right smack dab in the middle again.
Yeah, bro.
In that. So you got that there.
Oh, and LA Knight versus Ricochet next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the one.
You have that.
That's gonna be the one. Yeah. It started off hot, ended off hot, you know what I'm saying?
I will agree that I was way more into SmackDown than I was on Monday Night Raw. But I kind of felt I was only really comparing it to Monday Night Raw because Monday Night Raw, kind of the beginning was okay. During the entire rest of the middle, it was just like, there we were kind of just bored out of our minds, and then the ending was just all right. Yeah, we're back up there again. But but yeah, I mean, let's be real here too. 2 hours is a lot more easier to process than 3. Right. And that's just a given. But yeah, we're gonna go over 2 things before we get into the review, guys, tonight, and we have the look into Emma's return. So we got all of that and how the information got down and all that stuff. So there, and then we have the whole thing about Bray Wyatt and the Roman Reigns possible feud that is going to be happening. That feud is happening. It's happening down the line for sure. We don't know when, but it will be happening. I got news on that as well. And I reported that earlier on today on TikTok, and people were just furious about it. I don't understand why. I don't like I people just don't want it to happen. It's happening, whether anybody wants to believe it or like it or not. And we'll go over what was said in that article. So before we do, guys, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. I I want to appreciate you guys and thank you guys for being here right on the Friday Night SmackDown post show here on OTB on your Friday nights. We got Nate, Zay, and Lav here. They're always my trusty co-hosts here whenever it comes to these kind of things. So it's always wonderful to have them here. Go and check us out on all of our social medias. All the TikTok links are going to be down in the description below. I will be adding Zay's into the description, so you guys can go follow him. If you want to tell them anyway where they can be finding you, you can go ahead now.
At the Star Before Time, just Star Before Time, you'll see it. I would do an energetic thing for y'all, but I am like as sick as a wet fucking dog right now. So this is. He's
the biggest heel on TikTok. You know the drill about him.
I'm here today, but I'm not here. You feel me?
I got you. You'll probably be throwing your dog around anyway around this video at some point. So here he is. Yeah, he's just picking him up like
just picking him up like by his neck, like bro.
He has a harness on. It's always the harness, but like he just goes around with the guy.
Someone call Peter, for the love of God.
Yeah, just picks him up. Hey, how you doing? Like, hey.
He was asleep and you picked him up like that? Oh my God.
Bro, imagine waking me up like that, bro.
Grabbing your neck.
Bro. Like, bro, put me down, bro. I'm fighting you immediately.
And the thing is, every single time this man picks up the dog, it's just a limp. It's just like, oh shit, what the fuck did I do now?
That's crazy.
But guys, follow us all on our social medias. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. And yeah, if you guys want anything as in terms of the merchandise, go get your merchandise today at bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand, and it's merchandise. There you go. So yeah, go get the merch, bonfire.com. And yeah, we're going to get things started very, very, actually, no, fuck it. We'll get started right now. Because we do have the 2 stories to go over and then the actual review. So, we got, and there's Josh with the obligatory buy the merch or else. Oh, and he put okay. I didn't even see that part. Well, shit. Never mind.
I got you, Phil.
Nate, when I tell you my heart stopped.
Listen, Josh, you never put that in there. So why did you do it today?
Josh adds that a lot. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
My heart stopped. I thought Phil was like, yeah, bottom.
I was not gonna
say it for a second.
I can't say that, especially with all you guys in here. That's obviously not gonna go over well. So.
I'm about to say, Phil, you get it in word pass, bro. You get it in word pass.
Nah. That would
gotta
never,
come to the meeting first.
Work.
You can't just do that.
That would never work. That would never work. If I legitimately said that in a room like full of you guys, I'd be dead. I'd legitimately be dead. So
you can have the pass with us, but we're also live on the internet. You ain't got.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd be dead. So I'm not doing it.
You'll be canceled by the morning.
Be canceled by the morning.
I just wanted to be a heel for a minute. Oh, okay. See, the last time y'all were in here, y'all legitimately roasted me to death, and now you want to be a heel and just end my career. I got you.
But... That's crazy.
So yeah, thank you, Aiden. # cancel Phil. Yeah, it's exactly what they're trying to do to me. That's it.
That's the new one. That's the new one.
All right, guys. Go get the merch. Go follow us all on the medias. Just do your damn thing. You guys know what to do. For the light goal tonight. You know what? Fuck it. I actually set the light goal. Nate, what the fuck do you want it to be tonight? Minimum.
Likes.
Has to be minimum.
20 likes.
20 likes minimum. If you guys don't get that tonight, I swear. And Tio, what the fuck, man? I invited you on the show. Y'all said you were going out. What the hell? Sami Uso was phenomenal. I love that, and we're gonna be talking about that. And now you guys are throwing tomatoes at me. All right, listen, we love y'all. That's not Usi. What up, Terrence?
Not Uzi.
All right, guys. Let's talk about it all. Tonight, as we go through these two stories before we head into Friday Night SmackDown. Literally watched this on the road. I'm sorry, no problem to you. I'm only kidding around too. Emma, Tennille Dashwood made her return to the WWE tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. And it was little to no reaction, to be completely honest. I felt bad, honestly, considering that she legitimately had to carry Ronda through that entire match because of how bad she is. And she comes back in a loss to Ronda Rousey. I don't like that, to be completely fair with you guys. I really don't like it when people come back and they automatically lose. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look for the wrestler, and it's not a good look for the company saying, "Oh yeah, we'll have you back, but you're losing tonight." What's the point?
The feeder to Ronda, it doesn't make any sense.
And the fact that we're trying to get this whole Emma stint away, from the goddamn bubble popping, Emma dancing type of shit. She looks incredible, and she looks not even like that anymore. She's basically Tennille Dashwood, just with the Emma name. I didn't like the way they used her tonight. I really didn't.
Listen, I didn't. We were talking about it before the show even started. I wasn't even feeling it because everyone in the chat was like hyped for a return. I was like, I don't care enough. Like, I think she's improved a lot since the last time I saw her, but there's never been a point in time where I cared, And again, that's not saying that she's a terrible wrestler, because she's not. They're just saying I never cared. So it's like when she came out, there was no reaction from me, because it was just like, okay, Plus, we already knew she was gonna come out 4 hours earlier, and then once it said in that she's also gonna lose to Ronda, like the only gleaming piece of hope was that maybe she'll beat Ronda, but then it was like that ain't gonna happen. So not only does she come back to little to no reaction, but she loses to Ronda immediately, which and I hated the match because I hate watching Ronda wrestle. So it's just, I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
You know what this week reminded me of? This felt like a Vince week.
Exactly. 100%. 100%. A lot of the stuff that was booked on the shows this week were Vince-esque. And yes, Triple H is back on his throne, so to speak. He's back in that creative power because he conquered COVID. Congratulations to him. But because that virus is a fucking bitch. I've had to deal with it twice. But he's back. It just didn't feel like a normal Triple H booked show, and maybe he's just trying to ease back into things, considering he just got back. But next week's shows are the go-home shows before Crown Jewel, so you're gonna have to amp it up, I feel.
I think it's Crown Jewel's fault. I think it's Crown Jewel's fault too.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Because Crown Jewel doesn't have basically any type of momentum heading into it.
Yeah, I care about Crown Jewel itself, but the build to get to the actual show is very lackluster. I feel like I don't think any of it is organic. You know what I'm saying? I think the build to what's the next one? Survivor Series. I think that one's going to be a lot better, because the build to this show, it doesn't feel like it's an actual build to a show. It feels like they're making the show for them and not what Triple H wants to do. You know what I'm saying?
The Saudis are definitely booking the show. I feel like it's not even really under Triple H's control. And they want what they want, and they're going to get what they get, and they're gonna get what they want out of all of this.
That's probably why it does. Because even if you want to book something, you can tell when your heart's in it, and his heart probably isn't in it. He's just doing this just to get through this show and then move on. You know, that's why I kind of pitched that they would get rid of the whole um, deal and stuff like that. Even though I'm sure it's not that hard, not that easy to do, but I was hoping that they like moved away from doing the shows over there and did the shows in like Japan or something, to where I feel like they would care more about the actual booking of the matches and stuff like that, instead of just booking these spectacle matches like Omos and Braun Strowman. You know what I'm saying? Or like Logan and Roman. Like,
Oh my god.
it just, I don't know. Of course, we're all gonna watch Crown Jewel because it's a premium live event, but I definitely understand why the build to get there isn't the way it would be for. It wasn't even the way it was for Extreme Rules, and Extreme Rules wasn't even amazing, but it did its job, you know. And Extreme Rules delivered for the most part. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, what you were saying and all of that was 100% true. I mean, the Saudi, like the whole Saudi government, like the prince and everything like that, they basically put the shows. Like, he wants to see some certain people. He's gonna get those certain people, and whether it's in the storyline or not, it's going to be booked, and we'll see. And that's just how it's going to be. Um, we have some more matches announced for the show. Um, the two matches that were basically announced tonight were the Brawling Brutes and the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Titles, which should be a good tag match. Don't get me wrong, but come on, I don't expect the Brawling Brutes to win that. And then we have a last woman standing match between Bianca Belair and Bayley, which should be fucking incredible.
That's gonna be fire.
And I hope to God we actually get the right outcome here and have Bayley win this goddamn championship. But I don't know. It's Saudi. They're probably gonna have Bianca legitimately do a 3-on-1 last woman standing match and have all three of them lose to Bianca at the count of 10, making her look like Super Cena once again. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's what we got as the two new matches tonight. We have 7 matches booked on the show, and I mean that's what we had. We had those 2 matches announced, and then randomly they automatically announced, oh yeah, Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross in a steel cage. Okay, but nice way to sneak that in there during the last match of the show tonight. But I'm not feeling Crown Jewel. But then again, it's just a glorified house show in Saudi.
I'm sorry, my shit is just terrible.
It's okay, man. No problem.
But I heard about the Drew and Karrion match on Twitter last night because WWE has a really dumb habit of announcing shit at like 3 a.m. in the morning. But yeah, I heard about the steel cage match. I thought that was an interesting stipulation, but the story hasn't gone anywhere. I don't see why they're in a steel cage. They were just tied to each other a month ago.
Yeah, it doesn't need. This feud does not constitute for a steel cage match. It doesn't. But
if they were gonna do it, it should have been the first match. You don't start with the strap match. You just don't.
I don't know. Crown Jewel. It's just. It's there. It's there. We're kind of just trying to get through it, and then we can get into Survivor Series, where we know that build is going to be great. It's just, let's just get this over with on November 5th and move on, honestly. That's where we're at this point. We got one more week of shows, and then actually Saudi Arabia and Crown Jewel. So We'll see. But let's actually move on into that Tennille Dashwood Emma return. Like I said, she came back to little to no reaction. But another former WWE star returned to the company tonight on Friday Night SmackDown, that being Emma. As was noted last week, Ronda Rousey wanted to face all challengers, and she issued an open challenge for this week's show. Before her match tonight, Rousey was in full-blown heel mode, apparently, and she talked about being an active champion. When she was saying like, "I'm ready to defend my title at all times," I'm like, "Listen, woman, this is your first title defense. Don't get ahead of yourself, okay? I'm ready to defend my title anytime, any place."
Nah, Phil, you can't say that. She's being a heel. You can't say that, Phil. She's being a heel. She's not supposed to like her, Phil.
Well,
you're not supposed to like her. Good.
Well, yeah. Listen, I don't like her, so I think I'm doing my job then.
You're not supposed to like her. She's doing a good job being a heel. She's making you mad. Shut up.
I think I'm doing my fucking job then.
I think that's
Lofthausen.
Lofthausen. That's great.
That sounds like
You should make that your next kit. Oh, wait a second. Hold the fucking phone. Instead of Vince coming to your fucking door, it's Danhausen.
Oh, no. Danhausen. You think I'm making that voice in my car? It's ridiculous.
You have 100 episodes of just Danhausen showing up to your place.
That's how I feel like some of my comments sound. Just oh my God, shut up. Please.
So she was talking about how she was being an active champion. After Rousey's promo, Tennille Dashwood was revealed as her opponent, and she came back using her name as Emma. This is Emma's first time in WWE in almost 5 years. She was released in 2017, almost to the day, actually, which is insane to even think about.
My bad. I'm sorry. It just popped up. It just popped up in my head when you said it. My bad.
It's cool. It's cool. And honestly, kind of emphasized the whole thing. So honestly, that was great.
To this day. To this day. To this day.
Emma was very competitive in her match, but a rake to the eyes, Rousey won by hitting a Piper's Pit and an armbar submission. And it said to click here to see more news from Friday Night SmackDown, but we're not going to be doing that.
Is Emma the first talent to be brought back that wasn't released during the pandemic?
Technically speaking, yes. Yeah. Well, actually, no, not even technically speaking. Well, 100%, yeah.
When the hell was she released?
2017.
God.
5 years ago. 5 years ago to today.
I know why. I remember. God, I know why. I know exactly why I don't remember now. Sheesh.
Well, she was the bubble popping thing.
You saying that does not matter tonight. I promise you I don't remember.
So see, I'll speak on that.
She was doing that whole thing with Santino, the whole thing.
I'll speak on that for a little bit. So everybody in my live, before my live got suspended, I add that once again. You know what I'm saying? I gladly add
TikTok.
That. Once again, yeah, freaking TikTok. But yeah, like when Emma returned, I already knew that she was gonna show up. Because the freaking internet can't keep their freaking mouth shut. They don't want us to be surprised. And oh wait, hold on. I forgot my camera is off. I was chilling for a little bit. But yeah, the freaking internet, man. I don't know. But with Emma, like I said, I already knew that she was coming back. When she came back, nobody knew who she was. And I told them, like, until I told them, I'm like, yo, y'all remember? I said, if y'all don't remember her from NXT, I said she used to come out doing a freaking Cobra with Santino back in the day. And then everybody like, oh, okay, yeah, we remember.
She called it the Emma dance whenever she did this
thing.
Yeah,
and then some people still didn't even know her. So I'm like, golly, I'm like, that sucks. But I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. It just shows how irrelevant that character for her was. She didn't do anything with it, and it wasn't even all that noticeable. When you're paired up with Santino for basically your entire main roster run, and nothing against Santino, but
Santino is the best.
You're there.
And all the rest.
I mean, look at the names that were paired up with Santino. Like, they were always good acts, entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, Tamina was paired up with him at one point. Tamina. I think who else was paired up with him? I know there were definitely more. I think Beth Phoenix was at one point.
Yeah, Satina, Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix and him had like a on-screen relationship and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like Intercontinental champion at one point while she was like the Divas champion.
She
it was kind of like
champion.
a thing.
Yeah.
That was peak Raw.
I mean, I can't really remember anybody else. I think that's basically it, maybe. Glamorella, yes, that's what they were called.
Glamorella.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm about to look it up because I know it's a whole lot more.
There has to be more, but
Yeah.
but what we're getting at is when you're being paired up with Santino, it could be honestly a real good thing for you, or just or it could just learn, or it can just lean to a direction that is kind of hard to come back from. And for Emma, it was definitely hard to come back from. And then when she got released, she had to find herself again, and that's when Impact picked her up, and she became incredible. She not only matured in those 5 years of being away, but she got way better in the ring during that time away. So I like her being back. It's a great veteran presence for that locker room, and it adds a SmackDown, which is great because SmackDown sucks when it comes to the women's division. But is Emma really going to be a needle mover for the division? I'm going to say it's unsure for right now, but I'm leaning towards no. I really don't know.
I mean, I'll give it some time. You know what I'm saying? Bad start for me. I mean, some people may have thought that was an amazing start. For me, it's just a bad start. But I mean, I trust Triple H more than I trust.
It was a bad start. I mean, she lost.
Yeah.
You don't lose on a return. I feel like, to me, but
yeah, I'm with you on that. It's just I don't know. I'm gonna trust Triple H. He knows what he's doing with that. I would have had her in Judgment Day. I would have had her in freaking.
Imagine that would be insane.
I thought either her or Chelsea Green was gonna be the problem solver for Rhea Ripley on Raw.
That would. You know what?
And that's what I'm afraid of. I hope Chelsea Green doesn't get the same treatment. I'm really hoping not. But I don't know.
That problem solver thing, that's going to be very interesting to figure out who the heck that's going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, I found the managers that Santino Marella had. So apparently Maria was a on-screen girlfriend of his.
Yes, I remember that one. Yep.
Maria.
Beth Phoenix, Rosa Mendez, Tamina, and Emma was the last one.
I ain't never seen Rosa Mendez with Santino.
I ain't never seen Rosa Mendez either. I think it was when he was on ECW.
Oh, Sci-Fi ECW.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think it was around that time.
Rosa Mendez. Huh.
She was terrible.
The last thing I remember about Rosa Mendez was
she was terrible.
She was like
Rosa Mendez was not good.
She was like the mascot of like Epico and Primo. That's the only thing I remember.
Yes, mascot. She basically was. She didn't really do anything of notice. Like,
what was her finisher? Like, what
she didn't have one really. She didn't wrestle all that much, and there's a reason why for that.
Every time I think of her, I just think of Total Divas. That's the only thing I think of.
I remember one time, and it was a crazy time. She was in like some tag match with Natalia, and I think it was like on Superstars or something. And when she was trying to get pulled down from the ring apron,
Oh no,
yeah,
I know
that
she was
happened.
there.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they actually showed that on Total Divas. So
Mhm.
that's the
the
only reason why I
remember.
remember it.
Total Divas was kind of fire back then. I ain't gonna count. They should bring that back. Oh, if they brought Total Divas back, I'll watch it.
Total Women?
Yeah, Total Women.
Total Women.
They're not Divas anymore.
I'll definitely watch Total Women.
Total Women.
Total Women. That's hilarious.
Total Women.
Total freaking women. Yeah, I definitely watch Total Women.
Yeah. So I mean, Emma, I'll give her time. It's just gonna have to be a wait and see for now. I just really don't like that she lost.
Yeah. Kind of sucked.
But now I do kind of want to get into this big story that I I put this on my TikTok today, and man, were people just pissed off. I really don't know why. It has something to do with Bray Wyatt, so I thought people were just gonna be not happy about it, but I thought people were gonna be a lot more receptive to the idea. There's already plans and talks to have WWE do a feud between Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. Now, Bray Wyatt is lauded as the #1 babyface on Friday Night SmackDown. Obviously, we know Roman is the #1 heel on Friday Night SmackDown. So you would think it kind of just makes sense that they would be facing each other at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, not to many people that I was talking to today. They're like, why does this even have to happen? It's way too soon. The guy shouldn't even be in the title picture. He shouldn't be in the title picture for at least another 2 years. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
2 years.
I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
2 years?
Yes, 2 years. One person said to me. Like,
I don't think it should do it right now, but 2 years is nuts.
No, I'm not saying it has to happen now, but it's gonna happen. It doesn't have to happen now, but down the road, it's going to happen.
They don't even have to write that one.
2 years is nuts. Maybe 2 to 3 pay-per-view cycles.
2 years. So WrestleMania 41.
No, like, right?
We're not even at 39 yet. It was on 41. Sheesh.
So Bray Wyatt's segments have helped WWE SmackDown, and as reported earlier this week on PWI, well, PW Insider, the idea is to use him as a babyface, and he is slotted as the top babyface on the brand. Slotting Wyatt as the top babyface would mean that there are plans for Wyatt to eventually challenge the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. It's unclear when the match will happen, but there appears to be talks about the feud happening at some point. Dave Meltzer reported on the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Now keep in mind, this is Dave Meltzer, but when it's Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, they're thinking about it. He said on the Wrestling Observer newsletter that while it may be best to keep them apart for a while as of right now, the idea is to have Reigns and Wyatt, and it could be possibly one of the biggest programs in a long time because Wyatt is so hot right now. Again, no word on when the program may be happening, but it's expected that Reigns and The Rock will be the main event of this year's WrestleMania. So there's no big window. There's not a big window for a long Wyatt and Reigns feud unless it happens after Mania. So we don't know if it happens before. We don't know if it happens at Mania, or we don't know if it happens after. I don't care when it happens, as long as it happens for me. I think it would be great just to see it happen. Mainly because it all comes full circle. Because who was the one to beat Wyatt for that championship? Roman.
Mm-hmm.
So it just comes around full circle.
And they never finished. Well, as far as I remember, they never really finished that anybody but you Roman gimmick.
Exactly.
For some reason, it like stalled. I can't remember why, but
And there was like a report
starting,
that
and then
came
that's it.
right, and there was like a report that came out like earlier on in the week saying that during this whole like story of Bray Wyatt, they're going to be using stuff from the past, which obviously, I mean, I guess you would have to some extent, but you could be using that to some degree of the whole anybody but you Roman. They could bring that back up if they want to do this whole feud. So it just makes sense, and it would all come around full circle. The only two people I see beating Roman at this time are Bray Wyatt and Cody Rhodes. That's it. That's it.
Only options we got at this point, if we're being 100% realistic.
Corbin, that couldn't be anything more but the truth.
Oh,
yes.
Man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Zayn, Nate, it just makes sense to have these two go at it, even if the whole thing of slotting him as number one babyface and having Roman as a number one heel, even if that wasn't even the case, it just makes sense to have this happen.
Yeah, like, personally, I do think Wyatt's first feud back should be Roman, just from a story perspective. But you have two big, glaringly huge problems with Roman right now that make that story kind of redundant at the moment.
Yeah.
So it has to happen. Just in my opinion, it has to happen for the sake of Bray's character truly moving forward. Because with every other character switch, he comes back to someone that kind of like put him at that stop. When he became the Fiend, he came back against Finn, the person who shut down the cult leader, Sister Abigail Bray. He needs to handle Roman to move forward. But
because really, if you think about it, and shout out to Axel for this, Roman was really the one that kind of made the Fiend look human. In a way.
Yeah.
When he was just basically, down and out at Survivor, at SummerSlam, and at Payback, he lost the title. And that was 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Putting everything I feel to the side, yeah, Roman did come back. He made the Fiend look more human than ever. They had something interesting going there.
Yeah.
I will forever maintain the start of this title reign for Roman, like the first 3 months, are the best 3 months he's had in his entire life.
Yeah, the beginning of this whole entire reign was phenomenally well done. And then to me, it started going downhill at WrestleMania, but obviously people have different opinions when they just started feeling sour. I think to Loth, it was SummerSlam. I don't know when you got sour, Zay, but and honestly, I don't even know when Nate got sour at this whole thing.
When they brought Jimmy back and he had absolutely nothing to say about Roman choking his dumb ass the fuck out.
Oh, after Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, that's exactly when they 100% lost me with this entire story.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense. He choked you out for no reason at all. You just came back yeah, that's my nigga. No. Bro,
Nate, out of curiosity, when did you start not really, not acknowledging Roman, so to speak?
To be honest, I don't know. I about to say, during the pandemic, I didn't really watch it during the pandemic, so I didn't really care.
Sure.
I about to say I'm low key kind of with Zay on that one when Jay just came back and was like, you know what? I acknowledge you. And I'm like, what? Like, bro, you almost died in Hell in a Cell.
You were in that ring when they destroyed me. You could barely stand. You got to that ring on crutches. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
And he choked you out. Your cousin choked you out in the middle of the ring. And you came back just like, if you can't beat him, join him. Like, no, fight him or something, please. That's what I wanted.
He pulled a whole Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Yeah,
went to
he
the
definitely did.
Warriors. he pulled a Kevin Durant and went to the Warriors and was
And
like,
beat my
"Hey,
ass, join them.
yep,
Whole
I
time
beat
he
him,
was
join him.
great.
All right, yep."
If you can't beat them, join them.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeesh.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, everybody has their own difference of when they started getting started with the whole Roman thing. But regardless, whether you like it or not, whether you want it to be happening now or in 2 years, I really don't know where that guy was coming from with that. It's happening. So buckle up, be mad, and we'll see where it goes.
Teddy.
Wait, what? Oh, buckle up, Teddy. I was like, wait a
Yeah.
second, what the fuck?
Buckle up.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Oh man.
All right, so yeah, I mean, those are mainly the two big stories heading out of Friday Night SmackDown tonight. But let's get right into the actual
hold
show.
up. Real
ahead.
quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Do y'all are y'all? Well, I'm gonna say if y'all open to it, but are y'all interested in seeing another Evolution pay-per-view? Because I would love that.
100%, yes.
I was saying now, yeah, because it's a whole lot more women. So
Yes.
yeah, I most definitely would.
100%, yes.
Okay.
I think the first Evolution was really like a groundbreaking type of, just scenario for the women. They really got their time to shine during that time.
And then you
Mhm.
can bring women from NXT too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't just have to be a whole Raw and SmackDown thing. You collaborate with every woman underneath that umbrella, and you make that something special.
I freaking loved the Mae Young Classic. That shit was great, but
Yes.
I didn't know if they had enough time or like resources to just do it again, because I felt like if you're gonna do it again, you have to like expand it to like other companies. Like I would love that to be a women's Forbidden Door kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't that a lot of other logistics come into that. So I don't know. I don't know.
Honestly, the Mae Young Classic, the Cruiserweight Classic,
Oh,
those should have been like industry-wide shows.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it brought people from other companies and other promotions, but it didn't really go like spread out, like worldwide type of spreading. I mean, we had Zack Sabre Jr. in there at one point. We had, I mean, there were many others, but Zack Sabre Jr. was just the first person that came to mind, and we know what he's been doing over the last couple of months now. But it's just a tournament. Those two tournaments really had like a groundbreaking type of feel to them, and the fact that they only really did it one time. They really should have done it a lot more.
Yeah.
Kota Ibushi, yes, I remember him being there.
Like, I understand why they did it from like we can't leave our women high and dry if we're going to a very fascist country. But at the same time, it kind of makes me regret that they got women's wrestling in Saudi, because they're not going to do Evolution 2 now. The entire point was, we know the women can't wrestle on this show, so we're going to give you all your own show so nobody cancels us for not putting women on the card or trying to put women on the card.
Right.
That's the only reason why I didn't want it to be like, I wanted it to be organic, not doing it just to do it. Do it because you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, like a lot of people watched it just to say that they were leaving women out. They no, watch it because you want to see women's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Watch it because some of the women's wrestlers can wrestle better than half the men. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot Ali was in this tournament. Jesus.
Keep it honest. Keep it thorough. Like,
exactly.
I'll admit, I didn't watch the full Evolution pay-per-view. I watched the big matches I was interested in.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, those were still really good matches. I mean, Becky and Charlotte in the ladder match, I believe. No, it was
Last woman standing.
Seeing Lita and Trish come back, those were great moments.
Yeah.
Alicia Fox is highly underrated.
Thank you. Holy crap. Thank you for saying that. Holy. I need more people to talk. We'll have a conversation about Alicia Fox one day. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Alicia Fox was super athletic, and she had her moment. I feel like she's one of the Divas champions that does not get talked about. I feel like when I think of that
Divas
Divas
had
belt,
her demons, she'd be up there. We'd be talking with her like the Bellas.
that's what I'm saying. Like every time I think of that Divas belt, I think of her as like the top 3 people in my head. Alicia Fox was out here. I know she was out here.
That scissor kick was mean.
She was out there.
I will give her that. She did have a mean scissor kick.
Alicia was out here, man. She gotta come back.
Yo, look at these names. Like, I'm looking back at this whole Cruiserweight Classic thing now. It's insane. We had we had Fabian Eichner in here, who obviously is a part of Imperium. We got Ho Ho Loon. I don't even know if any of you guys remember who the hell that guy is. Ho Ho Loon. He legitimately became like a meme overnight after showing up in the tournament. It was hilarious. We had Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in this goddamn thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
We had Rich Swann in here. TJ Perkins. Tajiri was in this thing.
Tajiri.
Yeah, I remember Tajiri being up in that. Yeah.
The man.
Zack Sabre Jr., Tony Nese.
Cedric Alexander,
the Brian Kendrick, Arya Davari, Akira Tozawa, the ha.
You're put on some matches.
I said Drew Gulak.
Like somebody said in the chat here, Kota Ibushi was in here. Lindsay Dorado, Ali was in here, and there was so many. Raul Mendoza. Dude.
Raul Mendoza.
Yeah, Raul Mendoza was in here. Like
Legado.
Yeah.
Did you know? I think it's him, or it's either him or Joaquin Wilde. They were Zema Ion from TNA like years ago.
Yeah,
That's Joaquin.
Yeah, someone told me that on Twitch. I was like, huh? And I looked at his picture, and it was his whole face. I was like, what?
It was his whole face.
It was his whole face.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and TJP was, I believe, Suicide, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For like a few months.
And Suicide was played by a lot of people.
Yeah, Manic
and TNA YouTube. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a very touchy subject. I don't know why. Manic. I think Manic was also what they called him. I think.
Yeah, they changed that after Austin Aries. Either before or after Austin Aries was him.
Yeah.
I think.
TJP was Manic. I don't think TJP was ever Sewer Slide.
Sewer
Slide. Oh man. But yeah, Cruiserweight Classic was just incredible. Let's actually get into the show now, guys. I'm sorry. We can go about this all night.
We talk about TNA. I'll get a freaking flustered.
Right. So we started off with everything. Brawling Brutes made their way to the ring, and then before the match, Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline were just back there. Sami was speaking to Jey Uso, informing him that they need to win tonight, so all hands are on deck. Sami then said that Reigns hasn't arrived yet, and when he does, he needs to see the Bloodline throwing up their ones and being victorious. The Honorary Uso went on to admit that he saw Jey assist him in defeating Kofi Kingston last week, and Jey seemingly agreed to help in tonight's tag match. So we had the match: Brawling Brutes, Bloodline, or Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn. Match overall pretty damn solid, I have to say. These guys worked really well together. I love the Brawling Brutes as a whole anyway. So Pete Dunne, Rich Holland as a team, they just work great together. And Solo and Sami, They're great. I don't care what people say. I love Solo, and Sami Zayn is just top notch right now. So this was really good.
I could have swore I heard Barrett call Pete Dunne during the match. So I don't know if that was a slip up or not, but he really convinced me to give him his name back, and I almost got excited.
I mean I don't. He probably did, to be completely fair.
Because I remember I don't watch SmackDown Live. They're not getting my rating. Nate gets my rating.
Well, not for a week. So.
Shit.
Yeah, not for a week. So not until Crown Jewel.
Yeah, but I don't think I was the only one that heard him say it. I think he had said he was like, "Oh, Dunn does this," and everyone in that chat was like, "Did he just call him Dunn? Did we got Pete Dunne back?"
I mean, he's basically Pete Dunne. He has the whole singlet back and everything. It's just, it's just still, it has just Brawling Brutes on the side instead of Bruiserweight, like it did. They're just still calling him Butch.
No, I'm not calling that man Butch.
I know we don't call him here. We don't call him that here unless
I
it's
know
Bitch.
I know these people by their NXT names. Therefore, I'm calling them by their NXT names.
I called them by their government name before I called them before they subbed up. WWE.
And Triple H. I mean, we know you listen now. It used to be Vince, but now it's you. Just change it back. We're going to be okay. It's going to be
unless
okay.
Pete Dunne likes it. Unless Pete Dunne, he's fucking with the name. He's rolling with it.
Nah, it's okay. You can change it back.
I said nah.
He said nah.
I don't care if he fucks with it. Change it back. We know you as Pete Dunne. Keep it as Pete
You
Dunne.
don't care what Pete likes? Damn.
Yeah, we can care about 2 cents about what Pete likes. You know what I'm saying?
I like Pete as a person. I think Pete is probably a wonderful human being inside. But the thing is, I just want his name back. I want his name back. Butch is better than Cody. Get him out. Get him out.
Oh yeah, that's freaking Saul talking that nonsense, bro.
Mods, get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
He is a mod.
Better not.
Don't get him out. Don't get him out. This is Saul.
Saul. What did I tell you about drinking the Coronas, bro? You need to lay off, okay?
That's crazy.
You need to lay off the Coronas.
This is all, guys. Do not kick him out of the chat, please.
You can't even kick him. You can't even kick him if you wanted to.
I gotta give it to him from a wrestling standpoint. I'm watching Pete Dunne before I'm watching Cody.
Uh-oh.
Actually,
I was about to say, Phil, you can't kick out Zay.
I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that.
He has Phantom as his profile picture. You can't kick him out. W Phantom.
I'm not mad at that. I'm
AMP.
not.
W Phantom.
Coronas aren't made. Oh,
When I'm out here.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So, I mean, we have this whole entire thing happen. The Bloodline actually lose here, right? And the final sequence was Pete Dunne, or Butch, whatever you want to call him. I'm calling him Pete. Pete Dunne was going up to the top rope. Sami, he was about to get up, but then he lays back down, and he was basically motioning Pete Dunne to just jump on him. And Jay, he drags Sami out of the ring. They're yelling at each other. Solo was trying to get in between them. So was Jimmy. And the referee was at a count of like 6 or 7 at this point. And Sami gets back in. And, one thing led to another, and it was a roll-up victory for the Brawling Brutes to get the win. Wade Barrett said on commentary that he was basically going to play possum, but obviously Jay was not in the know of all of this. And they were legitimately just bickering back and forth with each other in the ring, while the two brothers of Jimmy and Solo were trying to just, keep things at bay. One of the biggest blow-ups that these two have had since this entire story started between these two, and then Roman's music hit, and everybody is like, "Well, shit, he's here."
That was so good when the music hit and everyone just got terrified.
And then the one line, and I hate Michael Cole for saying this. I love Michael Cole as a human being in person, but I
He
hated
said,
him when he
"Daddy's
said
here."
this. He said, "Daddy's here," and I'm like, "Bro, stop it."
Was he lying though?
Oh my god!
Not.
They all act like it
Bro,
was
look
bad.
at this. Bro, look at his
Michael
face.
Cole.
They all
I'm
act
talking
like
to you
it
for
was
a
bad.
minute, right?
Well,
Because
here's
I
the
need your
thing.
man card. You did not just say "Daddy's home." Daddy's here. No. The only iteration of that's acceptable is Tommaso Ciampa's old ass going "Daddy's home."
Tommaso Ciampa, yeah.
Because he's old. He got gray in his bones at this point. His bones
Tommaso's
are
not.
Roman's beard is
Tommaso,
great too.
yeah. Surprisingly, Tommaso is not that old. He's like 30 something, but he looks old as crap.
Well, it's well. Well, wait. Does he have like the gray in his beard back? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
It's
he
been a
does.
while.
I think so.
Yeah.
To be fair, I like Tommaso with the gray in his beard. I think it suits him.
Well, no,
I don't think he should dye it ever.
I think that fits him too. It shows how grizzled. It shows how grizzled he has been in the ring over the last few years, especially with how the whole feud with Johnny Gargano went. Like it legitimately aged this man, with how long Johnny and Tommaso have been going at it. I love the grayness in his beard, but during the first few portions of his main roster call-up, they had him dye his beard to show no gray because they wanted him to look younger, which was disgusting. I didn't like that at all. So the fact that
you know who Vince wouldn't tell that to though, even though they got gray in their fucking beard and it's very noticeable.
Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's one thing that pissed me off. He was like, "Oh, Tommaso should dye the gray out of his beard," and I'm hearing now. It's like, isn't Roman going gray?
Yeah.
Like, Vince pissed me the fuck off. That old fucker. Good riddance in so many ways in my book, bro.
So, SmackDown returned with Roman in the ring with the rest of the Bloodline, and Paul hands Roman the mic, and the Tribal Chief asked St. Louis to acknowledge him. A lot of ones showed up in the crowd. Reigns said that he was there to acknowledge the elephant in the room. He said that if Jey Uso and Sami Zayn want to act like kids, he's going to treat them like kids. So again, playing to the whole daddy aspect, but I'm like, stop it, please, stop.
He's your dad. He's your whole dad.
It's just, I'm not acknowledging that. I just can't.
No choice.
I do have a choice. It's our show.
He's your dad too.
No, he ain't.
Oh God.
No, he ain't. My dad's downstairs. My dad is downstairs.
My dad is knocked out right now. My dad is asleep.
That's crazy.
I live legitimately right above my dad, so he can hear all of us.
Oh,
he can be my dad. He made good money. That child support must be blessed.
He can be my dad.
All right, so buy the daddy shirt then.
No.
I'll lose
all
it.
right, then there
I'll
you
lose
go.
it. If they ever buy that shirt, I'll lose it.
Well, he is a part of the fuck.
I have a
society,
Scissor Daddy
so can't.
ass shirt. That's
okay.
Shirt
That's okay.
That's okay. That's fine.
That's okay.
Roman said that they aren't going to handle these problems in the back, and they are going to handle it right now in the ring. Sami then says that there's obviously been a lack of communication with Jey lately, and he just doesn't really understand the reasoning why. Sami then said that he and Jey had no issues until he started hanging out with the Bloodline, and he doesn't. And like it's just like it's boggling his mind as to the reason. Zayn says whatever he did wrong, he's sorry, and asked Jey to bury the hatchet with him. At this point, Paul Heyman was patting Sami on the back, and he's like, "Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that, but please, let's just bury the goddamn hatchet." Jey then responds by telling Zayn to get that
You got 2 seconds
You
to
got
get
2
that
seconds
out
to
my
get that out of my
face.
face. You got 2 seconds to get that out of my face.
I love Jay so much, man.
He was amazing. Freaking amazing.
Okay, before we move on, I think this is really a question for Zay. Really, OTV fam, I have a question. As a member of the Fuck Roman Reigns Society, so he joined your movement. Is it okay if I buy the for your dad? For your dad? I mean,
look, you're not the
I
one
like
buying it
Tom
for
talk.
yourself.
I about to say if you buying it for your actual dad, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's your family, he's your blood. You know what I'm saying? Bloodline.
No, if you're doing something where it's like, you and your dad have the shirt together, that's cool. Cute family shit, whatever. If you yourself as a single grown man are buying the shirt, you got no bitches, you don't live with your parents,
Oh my
nothing at
God.
all, and this is your choice in wardrobe, that's where the issue becomes.
Oh boy.
See,
Listen,
I didn't. See,
Josh
I
has been
didn't
a
even
day
go that
one
far.
here,
Yeah.
Zay. He's
I
been
didn't even go
he's
that
legitimately
far.
been a day one.
The day one was.
I'm not saying he don't got no bitches. I'm saying, like, in the
I'm
hypothetical
saying.
situation.
In this
He said,
scenario,
I'm
with
saying.
I'm not saying he ain't got no bitches, but what I'm
He
saying
said, I'm
is,
saying, though.
in this scenario, of course you have no bitches.
oh boy,
Oh man.
oh man. Yeah, he said it's for his actual dad. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't see
Tell
why
Pops I
not.
said hi.
So so he said he has 2 seconds to get that out of his face. He admits that he doesn't like him, or his hair, or his face. So I was like, well, shit, damn, that's tough. That's
Come on,
tough.
man, you gotta be not like someone's face.
I don't like you. I don't like your
I don't
hair.
like you.
I don't like your
hair,
face.
and I don't like your face. Oh well,
Like,
damn.
damn, all right.
All right.
All right then.
Does not like him
Just
out
gonna.
there.
So he says all of this, and he admits that he doesn't he doesn't like his shirt either. Jay says that he doesn't like Zayn hanging out with his family. He said that you can't be a part of Bloodline if you're not blood. And I think Loff has been saying that sentiment for like the past 50 years.
I'm on Jay's side. I was screaming at the TV. I'm like, thank you.
You ain't blood.
He's not
That-
blood.
You ain't
He's
blood.
great
That-
at what he's
that's how
doing,
you
but
say
he's not supposed to be here right now. It's not fair.
He said that Zayn doesn't belong here. Now, I don't know if he just means belonging in the family, in the segment, or honestly, with the way that he's been acting on this earth. And I'm like, bro, okay, we know you don't like him, but you don't have to wish his like non-existence here. It was kind of crazy with the way he was going at it. So
Wait a
so
minute.
Jade, and he says no one in this group likes him. He just is the only one that has the guts to tell him so.
The fuck?
When Zayn says, "Listen, I obviously think Jimmy is fine, Solo's fine, Roman's fine, Paul is fine, everybody's fine except you. So what is the issue?" And Jay's like, "Listen, everybody in this group hates your hates your guts. I'm just the only one that actually has the balls to say it.
Facts.
So, like, I don't understand why you're still
spitting
here."
bars. Spitting mad bars.
And let him know.
Zayn then says that he doesn't understand why he's yelling at him. Roman wants peace. Jay then responds in one of the most savage freaking lines, "I don't give a damn what the tribal chief wants." Yo, and I have to say, I was legitimately shaking in my shoes when I heard this man say this. I was just eating my dinner, having a good old time eating, and then all of a sudden I hear that. I drop my food and gasp, and I was like, "Whoa, shit!" All right.
This guy Phil is staring at the TV, just drop his whole plate. Oh my god!
Got all his chicken.
Like, no, my God, no, Jay is about to die. Like, I can imagine Phil.
Yo, and I have to say,
Oh,
and
man.
I have to say, that camera zoom on Roman's face, perfect.
He was like, "What the fuck did you say to me?"
Perfect.
Put the beat his ass.
And the gasp of the crowd. Perfect. Just everything about this was amazing.
Even I have to admit, like, I was watching the segment and I was like, Roman facing the hard cam the entire time while he's supposed to be trying to lecture these two guys looks very fucking stupid. But then once Jay like said that, and then you see the camera switch and the slow pan, I was like, oh, he was setting up this one shot the entire segment. That's cool. It's a cool ass shot. I fuck with it. Praise for Roman. Simply, you know, he kind of made it obvious. For being honest, like if you're talking to people, you want to look at them. But
no. I kind of have to disagree. You didn't expect that out of Jay. Come on now.
No, I didn't expect that. But
that was just fucking crazy. Nobody expected
him
that
to
part.
be like, fuck the tribal chief, but I did expect there to be like some zoom in on Roman's face. He pulls like that stupid ass.
Yeah.
Because Logan Paul came out or something. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah. But yeah, but I'm just saying, like, the whole zoom in was phenomenally well done. The gasp of the crowd was perfectly timed. Just everything about that. Zayn played his role perfectly. Jay played his role to absolute perfection. I think a lot of people don't really like. I know people are respecting Jay and the role that he's been doing right now, especially with him, you know, just trying to get Zayn just completely out of all of this. But Jay needs some fucking flowers thrown his way because everything he's been doing,
he's the best.
Incredible. It's just incredible with the way that he's been doing this.
That's why he's the GOAT.
The GOAT.
The man.
I like the subtleness they're playing with the rest of the team because, like Jay said, nobody likes Sami, but it seems like everyone really likes Sami. So either Jay's lying or Sami's blind.
Right.
Because even in the segment, it kind of seemed like Jay fucked up and Jimmy magically found his balls to have an anchor and was like getting in his brother's face before Roman came out and fucked the entire segment up. But
yeah,
I think it was interesting. It's interesting that you can't really tell who's telling the truth here. Roman, Sami, Jay, hell, Paul. Like it's all very interesting.
I think Aiden wants us to be shown this like, ooh, he gonna get it.
He's about to get beat down.
I was like, well, shit, this is gonna be absolutely insane.
I like Josh's comment better, but I know you're not gonna put that one up for obvious reasons.
Listen. Wow, that is crazy. That is absolutely fantastic.
That's that stink meaner right there, boy.
Why did you say it?
And shout out to Mark Henry. Somebody go and get their ass kicked.
Somebody go and get
their wings clipped.
Beat him up, break his neck. 3-6
So Zayn so like I said, Zayn doesn't understand why he's yelling. Roman wants peace, blah blah blah, all this whole thing. Like he doesn't give a damn what the tribal chief wants. This sets off Reigns, who begins to slowly circle around Jay. Zayn then he again just steps in and says, "Listen, I know what Jay just said. It obviously crossed the line, but Jay, he hasn't been feeling very oozy lately. You got to give him some slack."
And every single person in that ring broke character. It was fantastic. That was hilarious.
And then the crowd was chanting "Oosie."
Nah, they would have had to send me backstage because I would have been on the mat crying. As soon as he
Dude,
said,
Yo,
"I'm not
Jay
feeling
was
Reigns right
crying.
now."
Yo,
Yeah.
Jay was crying, trying to hold it
so hard.
in. He
So-
trying so hard.
So this caught Roman off guard, obviously, because I mean, the comedic timing of Sami Zayn is just it's perfect timing every time. It's just everything. I mean, yeah, sure, it's these lines that are making him so funny, but it's the timing that he has within these that just makes it so much more. That makes it so much more impactful.
He deserves an award. Let me give Sammy an award.
They need to give him like a freaking. Well, wait, what's the acting award? Is it an Emmy?
Oscar.
Oscar. They need to give this man a
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
Oscar.
Give him an Oscar, a Slammy, should have
An
Grammy
Emmy.
too.
Listen, I don't care. Just give him all
Give
the
him
awards.
a Grammy. He didn't even make no music. Just give him a Grammy.
Just give him all the awards. I don't care.
He's making these segments so much more enjoyable. I already get pissed
Yes.
off when Roman gets on the screen. He's making them so much more enjoyable.
Or give him an SB.
Uzi was hilarious.
I freaking love it all. So obviously, just caught Roman off guard, and he started to laugh. He broke character there. Oh, hey, Tommy, what's up, brother? Yo,
There he
Tommy.
is.
There he is.
What really made me laugh was the fact that Jay's sitting there and he's trying to look tough but kind of intimidated. And then Sammy goes, he's not feeling very Uzi right now. And Jay's just
And
like,
he breaks.
I wanted to see if Solo was laughing because Solo was off.
Yeah,
camera.
because
Solo
Solo
was
was
on
on camera. I'm
So
pretty sure
mad.
Solo was dying.
So, the tribal chief says, Jay, is that true? You just haven't been feeling Uzi enough? And when Roman said Uzi, I died. I fucking laughed out loud. And I was legitimately saying to my television screen, I was legitimately talking to my TV like I was during the whole Bray Wyatt return. I'm like, say Uzi, Roman, say it. And he fucking said it, and I was like, yes!
It's the way that he said it too. Like
sometimes Roman just knows what to do.
Yeah.
Recalling that line in a very serious tone was great by Roman.
Yes.
It's not like he was like half laughing the entire time either. He was like dead serious. Chef's kiss.
He tells Jay that if he can't find his inner Uzi again, fucking great, he's going to do something. He's not going to like. Roman says that he's going to take the honorary title away from Sami Zayn. And I'm like, oh, shit, no, don't do this. But then he says, I'm going to make him a full-time Uce. And I was like, yes! I was like, yes! Yes!
Blood transfusion time.
Blood
Oh, Jesus
blood
Christ.
transfusion.
Having a hilarious segment. He's just in the hospital, like putting Jimmy's blood in Sammy's
I was about to
arm.
say his skin pigment.
Oh, and
gets
then all of a
darker.
sudden we just see Stone Cold as a nurse hitting him over the head with a frying pan, and he's like, "Oh yeah, bring that back."
His skin pigmentation just gets darker. He starts
And he's like,
to get darker hair.
He
and
just
then
had,
all
like, the
and then all of a
blood
sudden he gets
transfusion,
the
and then he just turns
freaking
into like Lakishi or something.
he gets the freaking tribal tattoo on his chest.
Dude,
I thought he was gonna do that one week. He's gonna come out. He's gonna have like a Sharpie on his chest. Just that'd be hilarious.
So, Roman then said that he might go all in and just rename him to Sammy Uso, and I was like,
Sammy
all right, that
Uso.
one was a little bit cheesy, but I'm like, all right, I get where you were going.
Sammy Uso.
And then the crowd started chanting Sammy Uso.
Uso.
I was basically just dying the entire segment because I was like, this is just all gold. I love every part of this. Paul Heyman then declared this was the end of the segment, and now we are going to be seeing our sponsors in 3, 2, 1.
Then
And
they cut
then-
directly to commercial.
They didn't really technically cut to commercial because they showed something for Saudi Arabia, and then they showed like a Bobby Lashley segment or whatever. And I was like, oh. And then they went to commercial, and I was like, oh, nice. Well, actually, no, that's not true. They showed a Bray Wyatt thing first.
Oh yeah.
And then they did the Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley feud for Saudi, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. But it was just gold every time. I loved everything about it.
It's because you're not feeling Uzi.
Yo, his voice going up.
Yeah, because you're not feeling Uzi.
Oh my god, that is great.
Oh boy,
Oh,
I love it.
That's hilarious.
So there was another vignette of the Viking Raiders with Sarah Logan teased for Friday Night SmackDown.
Yes.
That's gonna be great. I love that Sarah Logan's gonna be back with them, especially because Sarah Logan, she's married to one of them. I think it's Eric.
Eric.
Yeah, it's Eric. So it's just great. It's just great seeing him back and knowing Triple H and the way that he treated the War Raiders in NXT. They're gonna be fine with him under power. They're gonna be fine. I like it. And just adding Sarah with them could make it look even better.
Yeah, that should be cool. I'm very interested to see where they go with that.
Yes, sir.
I just want good WWE tag wrestling again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That would be nice. That would be very nice.
Very true. I want that as well. We had the New Day and the Maximum Male Models take place next.
Whoa!
And listen, bro.
I booed him off my screen as soon as I saw him.
Listen. I mean, it doesn't have the same oomph and emphasis that LA Knight used to do it as, but it's time to titillate the juices, bro. I mean, come on.
No. That ended as soon as LA Knight left. God dang it! Nah.
No, Maxine still says it, bro.
Nah. I don't
you know
care
how Sami said.
what
You know,
Maxine
Sami said Uzi?
says.
Juicy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god! Don't ever
juicy.
say that.
That's what I'm
Don't
talking about.
ever say that again.
Sami said Uzi. Maxine should come out there and say juicy every week. Mm-hmm.
Stop. No, ew.
Nah.
No, but in all seriousness though, this gimmick is fucking dead. Get it off. This gimmick is dead. I understand what they tried to do with Max Dupree, but now he's dead. It's LA Night time. Maxine,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck she's doing here.
I know what she's doing here, being fine.
Yeah, well, listen, I think she's like Von Wagner's girlfriend. So go back to Von.
She was.
She was
Not in real life, but
she's with somebody in NXT for real. I don't know who, but
bro, Von Wagner bagged her.
I know she's with somebody in NXT. I don't know who.
Actually,
wait a minute.
Vaughn.
I know she's with somebody. I know she's with somebody. See, I'm telling you, Von Wagner. See, what the fuck is a Von Wagner? We don't know, but apparently Maxine does.
Ew, don't ever say that to me again.
I don't know. Listen, we say titillate the juices all the time over here, so I think that is hardly, more inappropriate.
Damn shame.
The New Day defeated Maximum Male Models. I mean, what else is new? Honestly, just get that gimmick off my television. I really don't care anymore. I don't.
I think they could be like a good, comedy team.
Yeah.
They could. But have they?
No.
No, not at all. Not at all. I like Mansoor. Dio Madden, I'm not so sure about, but I don't know.
Aiden, I'll say it at the end. I see you typing it.
Gigi wasn't even on the show tonight.
Nah, because the reason why is because they told me to look at her Instagram post, and my God,
She
Oh,
posted?
that
Hold on. Whoa,
that.
whoa, whoa. Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
my God, the
Where's my phone?
Halloween post,
Oh
boy.
wait, and that's where Josh says, "Oh, okay, so this is where that's where you."
Yeah,
I got you. I got you.
boy.
I
I
got you.
share one of them on my story too, on my Instagram story. Boy,
I'll check that
that
after this
that's
podcast.
that is a lot of woman right there, bro. That's
Hold
a lot
on.
of
Let me
woman
see.
right there.
Good gracious.
Yeah,
Holy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
God.
Wanna
All
Wow.
right. Well,
play?
now I. All
Wanna
right. Well, now
play?
I got
Indeed I do wanna play. GG. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I wanna
oh,
play
God.
with
I
you.
gotta go look now.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Indeed I do.
GG.
Yeah,
Yes, GG.
yeah.
Hi.
Indeed.
this is
Yeah.
something. This is something right here. This is
Indeed I
something.
do
Yo,
play.
GG.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
That is
Gonna
something.
change her name from Miss Darling to Miss Coleman. That's what. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's so
Yeah.
weird because that's literally my mom's name, and I hate you.
I forgot we got the same last name. God dang it.
We're
Wait,
cousins, mate. You
wait,
gotta.
no. Hold on, wait a second. I'm just figuring this shit out now. You guys have the same last name?
My mom's last name is Nate's last name.
Oh, it's Coleman.
Mhm.
God dang it. Hey, tell her to change her last name off.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Either that or we're just cousins now.
Okay, we've known each other for what? About like a little over a year, and I just figured that out.
Yeah,
Law told me a while ago. So
me and they talked about this a long time ago.
yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I wasn't a part of that conversation.
I don't think so. I thought you were here. I thought we talked about it on the show. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so, at least.
Oh.
Or maybe it was like an early episode, but
Y'all talking about last names. I still got Gigi Dolan ass cheeks in my brain right now. Give me a second.
Put the phone down.
listen. You can have your second.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not dropping my govy in the chat?
Why do you need to do the government name in the chat?
Damn.
Damn.
Oh, feds. Goodness gracious.
Fits.
It's federal.
Oh boy.
That's a
Hayden.
crazy last name, though.
I mean, I knew that was his last name. You guys didn't have to actually say it, but
Nah, they're just happy they know my name. Freaking feds.
and this is where Love really got his juices going.
Yeah.
I have to say it.
I mean,
it's the whole Liv Morgan thing.
oh yeah,
Um,
God. That was the one.
Not your fault. I think it kind of was. You typed out the name.
You put on NBA. Yeah, but y'all remember it. I was making my career, and as soon as they saw it, they started freaking out. Oh,
Oh my God.
I know his name. Yeah, thank you.
They got the same last name.
My
Yes,
God.
me and Law are literally brothers. Yes.
That would be insane.
Something like that.
I was say whenever me and Law meet, we got to do the Spider-Man meme. Just take a picture, point at each other like, "Hey,
Hey.
hey."
And then who's gonna be Zendaya's like crawl around? And I'm not gonna crawl
Oh,
around.
God.
Crawl around. And then, what will that prove? It's like you
Oh,
know what that proves.
this is hilarious.
This is why I will never put my government name on the internet. It's just not. Y'all will never see it. Nobody. Y'all get.
They're gonna find out one of these
y'all
days.
get-
When you
y'all
become
know
rich and famous, someone's gonna be weird and find it. I promise you. We just did it before. I didn't even put my name like that. I just happened to do it when we were making the 2K character, and then my life just ended. So
my life just ended.
that's all.
Oh man.
Oh man. So Sonya Deville was backstage with Caleb Braxton speaking about Ronda Rousey's open challenge tonight. Deville started talking trash about Liv Morgan just for no reason at all. To be completely fair, it was definitely unprovoked. And she just shows up, and the two women started brawling backstage, and eventually broken up by security. The Bray Wyatt logo was seen on a nearby crate where the two were brawling, and the show goes to a commercial break. So they're obviously teasing this whole Liv Morgan and this Bray Wyatt logo happening. Like it's legitimate. It was legitimately dead center where they were brawling. If she joins the Wyatt Six, if the Wyatt Six is an actual faction, I'm not mad at it. Do I think it's going to be a little bit of getting used to for Liv to get into this type of character? For me, yeah, but I'm happy for it if it actually does happen.
What if it's more like a situation where like Bray being there is starting to change people? He's not interacting with them or anything, but it's just changing people. His presence, like a kayfabe CM Punk. He's poisoning the locker room with his presence.
I mean, I guess if you want to take it that way, yeah. I mean, Chris Jericho did call him a cancer to the locker room, so yeah.
Yeah, go Jericho.
I'm just trying to make an analogy people would understand.
Well, there you go. I mean, that definitely is understanded at this point in time. Oh yeah, and by the way, the whole report of Larry, just getting, his teeth kicked in when the door got knocked in, that's a complete false narrative.
Who lies about a dog getting their teeth knocked out? That's so crazy to me.
That's a complete false narrative type of story. Nobody buys that shit. And here's the thing. And here's the thing. Even if it was like legit, why didn't we find that out when the fucking scenario happened in the first place?
Why weren't charges pressed?
Because now you're bringing an animal into this, and it's technically animal abuse. So
you telling me that one of them hit a V trigger?
Well, no. What the whole thing is saying is that when the Young Bucks kicked the door down, I can't even believe we're talking about this. When the Young Bucks kicked the door down, it apparently hit Larry in the face, which knocked out 2 of his teeth, and they had to be surgically removed.
So you're telling me the 2 nice Christian boys called the Young Bucks super kicked the dog with a door?
Apparently to CM Punk and his team, yes. And here's the thing. This is why I don't associate with that Phil in the community. He is not a Phil that we acknowledge in our land. That Phil is like blacklisted. He's null and void. He doesn't count. Like, he's not a Phil. He's just not there. But like I was saying, like, if it did legitimately happen, why didn't it all come out when it initially happened? But now all of a sudden, when the Young Bucks and basically the entire elite are having an impending return to AEW, now all of a sudden it comes out. Now.
I feel like that might have been just like a panic reaction by someone in CM Punk's camp. I'm not going to say it was Punk himself, but I think perhaps someone like Ace Steel probably said something like that just to, quickly be like, hey, this is what happened.
Because this is what happened. So
nobody in that locker room wants Punk back. So
this is what happened. So if you guys can just suspend him for even longer if you can. No, like they did their time. They've been off television for a month. And what you just want them off another month? Huh?
It's been a month.
It's been a month.
I thought it was longer than that.
It's been a month.
Because I was gonna say the fight happened in June. So wait, no, I'm tripping.
No, it hasn't.
I'm tripping. My bad.
June.
Why was I thinking June? I have no idea. My bad.
June.
My bad. The reason why I was thinking June was because Hell in a Cell was also in Chicago, and I went to both shows, so that's why. My bad. I'm tripping. I'm sleepy. It's 11:30 over here. I'm sorry.
Did y'all see Rollins' hair?
Yes. Blonde streak
Like,
Braun
oh,
was supposed to be back.
Yes.
That's crazy. I just saw a picture of it.
And that nigga look like my ex.
I don't know how to take that.
I'm
I'm
about to
not
say
sure how to respond to that.
skunk kid.
I don't know.
Take it how you want to take it.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah. I'm about to say that's also a wild sentence. Yeah, yeah.
That means two things. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So
No,
oh man.
that's crazy.
SmackDown returned with Strowman cutting a backstage promo on Omos. At Crown Jewel. Ronda Rousey's open challenge was next, and we had Emma's return pending. So, but I do want to go over this god awful promo by Ronda because it was just terrible, and I want to just make fun of it. So let's do it.
I was just about to say, do we have to?
I just want to make fun of how terrible
the
it really
real
was.
champion is here. No reaction.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
You're not. So Ronda Rousey took the mic and said that the championship is back where it belongs, and she wants to prove it tonight in an open challenge. It's not where it belongs, so fuck you and your life.
Bro, this nigga Steven come out of nowhere as soon as we started talking about Ronda.
Yo, he's so weird. He's so weird.
He legitimately hovers over this live. I swear.
Damn it.
See, Loff is pissed at you, Steven. So
I'm watching the Phillies game.
Oh, damn it! I wanted to sell that, bro. Come on now.
I'm sorry.
How much are they down by? Because I know last time I checked, they were like down by like 6 or something like that.
They're down by 1, and it's the bottom of the ninth, so they have to get these last 2 outs.
What's the score?
I get. See, here's the thing. Steven was probably watching this whole fucking time, but he doesn't type in the chat until it's time for him to actually speak.
He was waiting.
So, it's back where it belongs and open challenge, blah blah blah. Words that she said, but just goes in one ear out the other. Rousey then goes on, and she says that the great only recognizes greatness, and to that the WWE universe is too mediocre to know what they're looking at. No, fuck off. Honestly, just fuck off. You don't even like us. You don't care. Stop it. just stop it forever. The open challenge is answered by the returning Emma, and SmackDown takes a commercial break. Emma looks great, first of all. I think she looks fantastic. But and she looked legitimately like the whole Tennille Dashwood, like she did. But it's just now Emma. And I was like, oh, okay, well, Emma's here. But then again, we knew it was happening.
Yeah.
Freaking internet. I want these returns to be secret. I don't understand.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I said, that's what takes all the returns, everything in Royal Rumble. That's what takes it like all the
Tommy.
Now,
Steven.
I heard she was thick.
Look, people.
I about to say Madcap heard that she was thick too.
Madcap is a very lucky man.
Y'all boys over here in the comments, go get a drink. Go get something.
I need to get a grip.
Go get water. I mean, we always used to advertise water on this live all the time. Drink your water.
Madcap heard that too. Yeah.
Now listen. Now listen. Emma brings a lot to the table in more ways than one. Phil, get your head out of the gutter. But
there's definitely a lot on the
table. Oh man.
But said by me. I'm just watching baseball. That's all I.
What inning are you guys on?
Yeah,
Right now.
Knife.
The ninth. Is it?
Bro, this game been going on for like 4 hours.
One more out. One more out. One more out. One more out.
One more out. Okay. Score.
6-5 Phillies.
All right.
Is it like in like the 12th inning?
The knife.
Ninth.
No.
The ninth inning is the last inning, Nate.
I didn't know that like they play like back-to-back games, which is wild.
Yeah.
Because- yeah,
Well,
because like
baseball is like every single fucking day at this point.
yeah, because like when we were watching SmackDown, it was like, oh yeah, game 2 of the World Series tomorrow. I'm like, but they're playing game 1 tonight. I'm like, what? I'm like, they don't get any breaks like in between.
No, they don't.
The
It's
finals
every-
is like 4 days in between.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and then everybody was like, oh yeah, then that's just how baseball is. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
I don't watch
baseball
baseball,
is
so I
like
don't know.
basically every day.
Yeah, I never knew that. I'm like, I thought that you would get like at least a day break so that way you can practice.
That's why there's
and
like
then-
162 games, bro.
Yeah, I know that, but like
Loft didn't. When I told Loft that there's 162 games in an MLB season, he like freaked out. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
bro.
because they play like a 4-game series, then they travel, play
And
like
the series-
another like 3-game series.
And really, like the whole season as a whole, it's like what? Not even. It's not even like 5 months. It's like 4 months and some change. Really, if you think about it. So I mean, like, it's just 162 games in like that 4-month span. This Ronda Rousey and Emma match, it wasn't terrible by any means, but I think we all know that Emma really kind of had to carry her way through this match, mainly because Ronda's just that terrible. She doesn't know
In
what
the
she's doing.
words of the famous Riley Freeman, game recognized game. And Ronda, you looking mighty unfamiliar right now.
Right now. Game recognized the
Yeah,
game,
I'm
Granddad.
right now.
And you looking real unfamiliar right now.
So Ronda, she did a rig to the eye to change the tide of the match, which led to her doing a Piper's Pit and then an armbar to Emma, and she tapped out. Emma tapped out.
Yo, Phil. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that because I snapped on my live when that happened. So Jessica Kerr, I like her.
I love
But,
Jessica Carr. Yeah, Jessica Carr's great.
She's an L referee, bro. She looked directly at Ronda when she raked her eyes.
Yeah, but then it would have been a disqualification.
Yes, that's the point, Phil. Do your freaking job. You're a referee.
Yeah,
see
but
that
Emma.
crap.
But here's the thing: Emma still loses. So
No, it don't matter. Like, bro, at least she wins by a DQ. Like, bro.
No, I wanted Emma to win. Fuck
Bro,
that
look
shit.
at
No.
Josh. Josh knew I was heated. He was in there. I was snapping. I'm like, bro, like I turned.
Oh, I'm not
directly
saying
into
you're
Ref
wrong.
Nate.
She definitely saw Ronda rake the eyes. It was
She turned
definitely
around and then turned right back
seen.
around, and you automatically see Ronda raking the eyes, and then
I
Ronda
mean-
looked directly at her like, "Yeah, you ain't see nothing. All right, yeah," and then go right back into doing what Ronda does. I'm like, oh my god. Bro.
Well, now wait a second, Aiden. No, I actually can't disagree with you on that. A lot of AEW referees go by that freaking logic too.
I was about to say everybody except for Aubrey. Aubrey is the
Aubrey's actually the real good one. Everybody else, especially Bryce Remsburg, he sees everything and he's like, yeah, nah, I don't care. He just screams the numbers still. He's just like 1, 2, 3.
I feel like Bryce is the loudest ref, but he's also the ref that, like, very clearly sees everything.
Oh, he clearly sees everything, but he just doesn't give a damn.
But I'll give him this. At least when something happened, he pulls that. Kind of looks around like, huh? Wait, what? I wasn't looking.
But yeah, the thing is, that's what makes him look like a fucking idiot. That's what makes all of them look like an idiot. You see this happening. And yes, I understand AEW doesn't do a lot of disqualification finishes, which good on them, honestly, because I really hate DQ finishes. But come on, when it's that blatant, something's got to be done.
Man.
And I doubt the wrestlers aren't communicating that they're about to do like that specific spot right now. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, so something's got to change. Because it's not like they're probably telling you, okay, it's time for the eye rake spot. Don't look at the action for a split second so I can do it. And they're just like.
Or if you wanted to do an eye rake spot, mess around with that turnbuckle for a second. Get the ref distracted in that way. That way she can fix the turnbuckle, do the eye poke, and then get it done. Just do something to distract the referee. You don't have to, like, you know, like pull a rabbit out of a hat and like actually do magic tricks. Just do something. So they do the whole thing. Piper's Pit, armbar, tap out, 1, 2, 3. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett then announced 2 matches heading into Crown Jewel, that being the whole tag team title match with the Usos and Brawling Brutes, and Bianca and Bayley in a last woman standing match for the Raw Women's title.
Got it! Yes! Girl! What you talking about?
Game set match.
Philly's undefeated.
Was it this was game 2 or 1?
1. This is the first game.
Okay.
Holy crap!
I'm pulling for the Phillies the rest of the way. So
holy
there
crap!
We go.
Oh,
he was about to have a heart attack.
Yo, it was ball. Phil, it was ball 3 with 2 outs left, and the second base and the third base were loaded. He was about to mess up. He kept selling. He almost clocked them 3 times. Oh,
who was the pitcher?
I don't know, but he almost sold.
I think it was well, I know the starting pitcher for one of the teams was Verlander, I think.
Damn.
Oh, he wouldn't be in now, I don't think. They usually do a pitch rotation when it comes to that, but
I don't watch baseball, so
I don't even watch the Phillies. That's just what I hear from Philly fans.
They're shooting fireworks. Oh God. Yep. Okay.
They're shooting fireworks.
They're shooting fireworks. Okay.
Are you sure they're fireworks?
No. I'm not sure. Okay. All right.
Are you sure they're fireworks? No.
Hey, you gotta ask that sometimes, Phil. You don't know.
No. Listen, hey, trust me, it's Philadelphia. Who knows?
That's facts.
You can never tell until they're close.
Yep. Pa. Oh, that's normal. Blah 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 blah. Like, oh, okay.
Willies. Willies.
I'm not depressed. I'm sick.
This dude Jason, I'm just depressed right now. Oh man. In the bag, Jay and Paul Heyman speak in front of Roman's locker room. Heyman tells Jay that he would talk to the Tribal Chief for him. Jay walked away and left Heyman standing there, looking stressed out. The 6-man tag team match between Hit Row and Legado del Fantasma was next.
Legado.
When did that become a thing?
I missed the freaking chant when they were in NXT.
You're doing Legado.
No. When like
they legitimately did Legado.
Yeah, like
Why?
when the beat drops in their theme song. No, when the beat drops in their theme song, they actually says it in their theme song too. So Legado.
Oh, okay.
I miss it.
Just say
I miss it. I need that back, please. Like, I know it's not gonna happen, but man, I miss the crap out of that.
You gotta get like the right crowd.
Well, Well, you
All
know,
of these main
NXT
roster,
and main roster are completely different.
yeah, all of these main roster crowds been trash.
For real.
I don't
And
know
I'm-
about you, but tonight's crowd was not. It was not it tonight.
they've been trash for a minute now, Phil.
It was not it tonight. I even heard piped in crowd noise, and that's bad when you hear piped in crowd noise.
It's because WWE has a tendency to go to cities that they should know aren't
Wrestling cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, then you're not going to get the reaction you're looking for. You can't do anything in a fucking. Where even were they this week?
St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay. I don't know what St. Louis was doing, but normally St. Louis is lively.
It's a pretty decent crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know. Maybe they were just mad Randy Orton wasn't on the show.
SmackDown returned with Roman and Ronda and Shayna. Imagine Roman and Shayna. That would be interesting. They waszler talking backstage. Natalya interrupts, and Baszler just choked her out for running her mouth. It appears that Rousey and Baszler will be some kind of a duo moving forward. It looks like that to me, but
I hate it. I hate it. I really hate. I hated that. I'm like, God dang it, Shayna is about to join Ronda. But they're like, yo, it makes sense. They're best friend. I don't care, man. I need Shayna to be on her own.
whoever the SmackDown Women's not SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions, whoever the Women's Tag Team Champions are, they better watch out because I have a feeling that might happen.
Dakota and Io.
Oh shit, that's right. They are that's them. I was thinking of fucking Raquel and the other one.
Yeah, Dakota and Io.
But yeah, it's Damage Control. It wouldn't shock me at all though if they tried to go after the tag team titles. But then again, Ronda is the SmackDown Women's Champion, so it might not actually happen. I hope it doesn't. I'm just saying it could, considering they're a duo now. Hit Row introduces their tag team partner, and it's the former Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Nice. It's nice seeing Shinsuke back. It is.
It's my guy.
Freaking B-Fab kicked the fuck out of Zelina
Yeah,
out of
that
the
was
ring.
nasty.
I was like, oh, shit. All right, fine. You know, do you, boo? I guess. Damn.
With the ones on.
Yeah, and even Michael Cole said, "Listen, she doesn't even have heels on this time. She's all business." And then Wade Barrett's like, "What the hell do you know about fashion, Cole? No. Get the hell out of here." I love their banter back and forth. I don't know about you guys. I understand it's nothing like Pat McAfee's banter with Cole, but Barrett's cool. I like Barrett. This match was very, it was very formulaic. Shinsuke hit the Kinshasa on Cruz del Toro, who sold it like fucking death and got the win. So, good thing there.
Cruz del Toro, what a name.
I don't know why they fucking changed it. His actual name was Raul Mendoza, right? That's Raul. Yeah. Because they didn't change the other one. Joaquin Wilde. They didn't change him.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
They go backstage and see Roman in the locker room. Paul then shows Roman footage of Logan Paul training. And Heyman tries to warn him that all he has is one punch and he can knock you out. But the Tribal Chief says, "Listen, that's not going to fucking happen. So just stop." And then Heyman pointed out that Brock Lesnar won the UFC in his third fight. And then as soon as you bring up Brock fucking Lesnar to Roman, that's it. you better call your wife. You better call your kids, because you're gonna die. And and the wise man says, "Listen, I think that's my cue to leave. I'm gonna warm up the jet for you." And he's like, "As you should." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go." And then he just darts out of there. I was like, okay, okay. Paul Heyman is a scared little puppy every time when he addresses the tribal chief, and it's hilarious. I like it. But yeah. LA Knight was interrupted by Ricochet. So, yeah.
Yeah.
They get a match next week.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Karrion Kross defeated Madcap Moss in basically a nothing match. I really don't understand the point of this. Why?
Yeah. They only brought out Madcap because Emma was there. And they were like, hey, you know what? Let's put your boyfriend on the show. You know what I'm saying? Just because.
So, Karrion, he secures a pinfall victory. Madcap Moss with a clip to the back of the neck. I think they called it like they didn't call it a cross jacket because that's his submission. Something cross. I don't know, but he put Madcap in the cross jacket after the match, and cuts a promo on McIntyre while he's legitimately killing Madcap Moss into submission. I'm like, this guy. Oh, the cross hammer. That's it. Thank you, Aiden. He legitimately has Madcap into submission, and he's legitimately telling Drew McIntyre that he's gonna die in that steel cage. So
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of intriguing.
he's crazy. He's crazy,
Yeah.
and I love it. So so he cuts a promo on McIntyre as he would usually do. The referees couldn't pry Kross off of Madcap, but Scarlett then eventually tells him to let go, and he does. It's crazy. I love Karrion. He's just great.
Can we stop having vicious monster wrestlers come out with fucking female handlers? Like, just let her be a manager.
I can see that, yeah. But it's always been like that for Scarlett with him.
I mean, yeah, for the most part, him and Scarlett have a good rapport, in my opinion. I'm just not a fan of that whole, like, oh, this is my monster. Okay, stop now. It's like, no, like.
I mean, to be fair, they did that with Lana and Rusev too.
I didn't. That's what I'm thinking of mostly when I think of this. Like, it doesn't work for me, in my opinion. It just doesn't work.
I think for Rusev it worked, but Kross, you can kind of let that go. I see where your point. I see where you're coming from with Kross, but I think with Rusev, it worked for the time being that he was actually there as a heel. But of course, it was a whole generic foreign heel, with the United States Championship. That's kind of where things went wrong. And then when he wanted to experiment with the whole Rusev Day thing and Aiden English, that's when Vince kind of just, said, fuck you. But, yeah. Now it's time. Well, Kayla, she interviewed Rey Mysterio, but Gunther, he took care of that real quick. Just chopped the man's chest to oblivion, and that was it. They get an Intercontinental Championship match next week on Friday Night SmackDown. So, while it's going to be a good match, I think we all know the outcome. But now, and I know everybody wants to go to sleep, so we're just going to get through this quick. But Bray Wyatt, this deserves some time to be talked about because this was fucking great. The guy that has lost profile picture
Howdy.
was revealed tonight. And this was great. This was just great. First of all, it still just amazes me how great that song is for Bray Wyatt and his entrance. I freaking love that entrance, bro. Every time.
Code Orange need to stop playing with me and just release the fucking
Just
song.
release the song.
like I get it. You want to build up the hype. The hype is there. It's through the fucking roof. Drop the song.
They say they're gonna release it as like I believe it's gonna be their well, it's in their next album, and I think it's the from what they are saying, the album cover is the song name. So it's the track. I'm trying to figure out
if it's
it's the cover track. I don't know what the fuck it's called in music.
A cover track. It's a cover. Oh no, it's
no.
The title track, yeah.
The title track. There you go. Jesus, I don't know music. All right, you know music more than me. So like,
I was literally just about to say, unless it's the title track to your next album, and your album's also going to be called Shatter, you need to release a song.
They say
build major.
They say the song is going to be on their next album, but from what I hear as well, it's going to be their title track. So I mean. Either way, it's going to be in the album regardless, they say.
Shit, even if it is your title track, release it. The amount of promotion that would put towards your album and everything for the entire thing. You can have people come for Shatter and they're going to listen to the entire album. Now
Saz is making fun of me because I don't know music. Listen, bro, It is almost 1 o'clock here. I don't have all my bearings together. And the fact of the matter is that the one real person, well, the two real people, Nate probably knows a lot more about music than me too. So really, these three people should have known what the hell I was talking about. I was just blabbering, and I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So at least they knew of the freaking title track.
Just here, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here.
No, but you probably knew what the hell I was talking about.
I know what you were talking about. Yeah.
I just can't form words at this time.
I was about to say it's late, so you know what I'm saying? We're all tired.
Can't form words.
We all work today, Phil.
Yeah, yes, dude. And luckily I have this fucking weekend off, so it's gonna be a great weekend. So Bray Wyatt, he comes out to the ring. Played by Shatter. Great stuff. I love the song. I just love the song.
I
need to learn the words.
Yeah, I don't know the lyrics. Yeah.
That's basically the reason why I wanted to come out, is because I need the words. I just love the beat of the song too. Like what it's doing. Like the beat is just great. Yeah, I just love all of this. So he says that this is all still pretty new to him, but says that he can get used to this, seemingly referencing the positive reaction of the WWE Universe, who chant welcome back to him. Wyatt says that when they do this kind of a thing, it makes him feel like he's vulnerable and he has to do something wild. I mean, there you go. Wyatt then says he's not hiding behind a mask anymore. There's no smoke and mirrors.
Wow!
That's immediately who I thought of, and there's going to be a feud between Cody and Wyatt. It makes sense to do that. A lot of people wouldn't think it makes sense to have a feud between Cody and Wyatt, but it does. So when he says smoke and mirrors, I immediately thought of song. So and this is Bray Wyatt, the real man. So I was like, all right, well, to me, and to basically what he's trying to get at this is Wyndham Rotunda. He says that this is the best version of him that we are ever going to be able to see, which I think is pretty fair. I think we've all said that at this point with him returning. Wyatt said that the majority of his life he has been completely out of control, and he can't help it. He says that his emotions don't work like normal humans do sometimes, and they send him to a very dark place. He admits that he's done some horrible things in the past, and he's not afraid to do them. He says that he knows in the future the time will come where he'll be asked to do something terrible. Wyatt is then cut off by seemingly another version of himself on the Tron, or so we think, who confirms his name is Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy.
There is a QR code that flashed in the midst of all of this. I didn't get to it in time, but I'm
I
pretty sure
saw
Twitter
it.
did.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I actually, one of my followers, sent me the QR code so I could scan it myself. So I scanned it. It took me to the WWE website, but it was a picture of Bray Wyatt, and it had his eyes like X'd out.
I got it right here, the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so his eyes are X'd out, and there's just the
just
word liar all over
it,
the place.
over it. So,
all right, interesting. I have no idea what that really entails. Like, I mean, I don't know how to really interpret that.
howdy.
You're just gonna do that every time.
It's just the way he says it, bro. It's hilarious.
So he was cut off by this guy who was named Uncle Howdy, and the QR code flashed before SmackDown came to a close. This is Bray Wyatt, the real man, is what Bray said in his promo before he got cut off. This was just an amazing way to introduce the Uncle Howdy character. Now, Zay said, you said this before the show, right? About the whole who it looks like?
Yeah.
So you can say it during the show, too. I mean, it's definitely relevant here because obviously we know who it looks like now after doing some research.
If y'all are familiar with the Four Horsemen, right, y'all would know Barry Windham. That is Bray Wyatt's real life uncle. Uncle Howdy is also his nickname for some. This character looks exactly like him. So this is either Bray or Bo. Because no matter how you cut it, looking at last picture right here, that is Barry Windham.
Yeah.
Down to the mustache.
You can legitimately look up his Wikipedia page, and it'll legitimately say Barry, Uncle Howdy, Windham. And you can look at his face, and yeah, sure, it's a younger version of him because obviously they take a picture from when he was actually wrestling. But I'm pretty sure you can even find a picture of him online. I don't know if he passed, or I don't know if he passed yet, but I'm pretty sure you can find an older picture of himself, and that legitimately looked like him when he was older. So this is legitimately Barry Windham as the mask that they're using this for. And when go ahead.
All the small details they have in the mask, you can tell it had to be modeled off a real person's face.
Yes. Now, looks aside, Styles, because he said bro is ugly as shit. Looks aside, it's really cool that Wyatt's bringing other family members within this. And when I looked at the mask initially, and I tweeted this out, to me, for some reason, it looked like it just had the same kind of facial structure as the Fiend. Now, I don't know why it looked like the facial structure of the Fiend to me, but it just did. And I know the same people that made the Fiend mask made this, so maybe it's just kind of like, maybe it's the structure that they used to make the mask, and it kind of just looks like similar to me and familiar. maybe that's it.
Maybe that's just the structure of Bray's face.
Or that too, but I'm it just looked it just looked very I don't know. When somebody did like a whole like reply to me when I did all of this, and they're like, Phil, like I understand where you're coming from to some extent, but wait, hold on. Now there's a lot more. Now there's a lot. Now there are a lot more
Yeah,
replies to my freaking tweet.
one of my followers was like, "Yo, Nate, is that Aleister Black underneath that mask?" I'm like, just because he has one contact and one other contact, I'm like, no, that's not Aleister Black.
Yeah, that's not Alistair. I highly doubt that's Alistair.
Alistair just teased of return to AEW today.
Yeah. So I mean, somebody replied to my tweet saying, "So Uncle Howdy is the Fiend's uncle." I'm like, no, I don't. I obviously Uncle Howdy's Bray's uncle, but let's say Uncle Howdy. Let's say when Uncle Howdy passed, I don't know if he passed away or not, but let's say he passed, he turned into the Fiend, which consumed Bray, which turned him into the Fiend. So I'm just trying to connect things together. I don't know. I may be just just throwing shit at the wall, hoping it sticks, but I'm just trying to make some kind of things connect. Like I said, there's
Barry
probably
Windham
no shot.
is alive. I believe Aiden checked in the chat. He is alive. So Styles, you're not going to hell for calling him ugly, because I was fully ready to hit you with that joke.
He's 62. All right, yeah, he hasn't passed, but yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to make connections. It didn't obviously pan out, but when it comes to Wyndham Rotunda, when it comes to this whole thing and his new stuff being like just all out there, you want to try to make connections and you want to actually try to figure things out. It's fun. It's fun to try to connect things together.
This is more fun than the QR codes.
Yeah, it just makes this so much more interesting. Now that we have a face to this character, and now we're trying to figure out who's really going to portray it. It definitely looked like Wyatt under the mask for me. But not to say that it can't also be Bo if he does make a return. Because I do believe he should. Because it just makes sense.
With the mask resembling Bray's real-life uncle and Bray's father heavily teasing that this is a family project, Bo is probably involved in some way, shape, or form.
Didn't Bray's father, like, in some sort of, like, interview, like, months after they were released, both of them, saying that, yeah, sure, they're done for wrestling right now, but you're going to see both of them in wrestling again. It's just a matter of when they are ready, and if anything, they would be working together. For some reason, I feel like he was in some sort of interview and he was talking about his sons in that way. I might have to go back and see it.
Before too.
I have to go back and try to find that again, but he was definitely talking about his sons in a positive way, saying that they will be working together in the future. It's just a matter of when they are ready. And it looks like this could be the time.
Yeah, because like I said, it's heavily hinted that this is a family project. Bray's first time dipping into like the fact that he's not like just any superstar. Bray's a third generation wrestler.
Yes.
Like, if his kids want to wrestle, he'll have the second, fourth generation wrestler in WWE. Like, that's not something Bray's played on at all in his career. It's a very interesting angle. And unlike the Samoan shit WWE loves doing, they've held out on this long enough and have let the fans naturally find the connection. That pulling the trigger now is just, it's going to work for you.
And it's obviously a family affair now knowing that this mask is his real life uncle, Barry Windham. So they're definitely drawing connections to the family, and they're trying to get all of this together. Hell, maybe even the whole Wyatt Six, this whole faction, or maybe multiple personalities. Again, we really don't know. It's just maybe this can all lead to different types of people within the family. I don't know. It's just there's things going on that we're still trying to uncover, and it's great that we don't know everything right now. Keeping us guessing is what's going to make us want to see this more. I just love all of it. This is why Bray Wyatt coming back to the WWE was the correct choice. Because if he went to Impact, if he went to AEW, if he went anywhere else in the world of professional wrestling, he wouldn't have this. He wouldn't get to have this.
There's only 2 companies with the money to fund something like this, and there's only 1 company with the audience to make this work. It was always going to be WWE. Give AEW a couple years, then yeah, I could see them being a viable option for something this big. But you just can't compete with WWE's audience right now.
Tony wanted him. Tony wanted Wyndham. Trust me. I know he did. But they weren't going to allow Wyatt to get as creative as this. Maybe not allow him to get as creative, but they definitely wouldn't, he wouldn't get enough TV time to show us what he wants to show us. And that's what WWE gives him of abundance for. So yeah, that was your SmackDown. I know it was a long show tonight, and I apologize, guys. But when it comes to Wyndham Rotunda, when it comes to that Bloodline segment, you have to talk about those things, because those things are crazily, these are legitimately the 2 biggest things on Friday Night SmackDown right now. If you don't talk about them, what else you got? Like I said, it was a good show. Great beginning, great ending, middle, meh.
Hey, start strong, end strong. That's all you can hope for. But still, this isn't a show I would go out of my way to recommend watching to anyone.
If you missed it, just watch the beginning and end.
No, if you missed it, go on YouTube right now. Both of those clips are guaranteed to be up.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. If you see it, if you see the beginning of the show, get that. Ending, get that. You're good. It's
Honestly,
nothing.
you could catch up on the entirety of WWE's week by watching 3 videos.
Yeah.
It's been a rough week for WWE.
Triple H's first week back since the virus. I'll give him this for now, but if we don't amp this up after Crown Jewel, we gotta get this going.
I didn't even know he had COVID.
Yeah, he did. Suffered it last week. Last week's shows were all written by Road Dogg.
Yeah, maybe let Road Dogg write some more shows. Last week wasn't too bad.
So you guys, that's it. I think Loft was taken by Barry Windham. Honestly, maybe that's why Barry's here with us right now. Maybe he got taken by him. I don't know. Nate's here, I think. I think I hear his voice in the background, maybe, but
I'm halfway asleep.
He's going to sleep. Yeah. So we're all going to go away now. Guys, thank you so much for joining us right here on OTB. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you, Zay, for being here as always. Nate, Loff, you're basically asleep, so have a good rest of your sleep. I love you guys. Stay safe. God bless. And we'll talk soon.